A lot of people's been wanting to see this match happen. Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan. And some people say this is a dream match. And some people say this match should happen. Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan. No, I don't think this match should never happen. I just don't. Because if this match does happen, I am very interested to see how WWE is going to pull this off with Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar. Because I would like to see how they're going to pull this off in the storyline with Daniel Bryan going over on Brock. Because I just don't see Daniel Bryan beating Brock Lesnar clean. I just don't see that. Yes, Daniel Bryan is over with the fans. He's over like a motherfucker. And I don't care how over Daniel Bryan is. When you compare him to a guy like Brock Lesnar, man, Brock Lesnar would fucking kill this guy. He would fucking kill him. Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar, it cannot be a normal wrestling match. It has to be a street fight match. No holds bar or a TLC match. You know, this can't be a regular old normal wrestling match. Because Brock Lesnar will fucking just throw his ass around all over the fucking ring. I mean, what can Daniel Bryan do? That's the big question. What could he do with Brock? You know, okay, he could drop kick him or kick him in the head or kick him in the shoulders or kick him, just kick him. But you really think Daniel Bryan's kicks are gonna really do any good? Like, I just don't see Daniel Bryan going over on Brock. I just don't see that. I think Brock would just fucking kill this guy. I just don't see this Daniel Bryan going over on Brock. Daniel Bryan, he's not believable when it comes to Brock Lesnar. He's not a believable guy when it comes down to Brock Lesnar. Like I was saying, he may be over. He may be super over. He might have the crowd in the palm of his hand, but that's where it stops when it comes down to Brock Lesnar. Because if you look at guys like The Rock, Stone Cold, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, CM Punk, when you look at those guys, you can sit there and say, those guys are believable. They might have a chance of probably beating Brock Lesnar. But when you look at a guy like Daniel Bryan, you kind of scratch your head and say, I don't think you stand a chance, Daniel Bryan. Like, I don't care how over you are with the fans. Like, Brock Lesnar would basically just eat you for breakfast. But people say, well, he's over. Daniel Bryan is over. He's over with the fans. Yes, I get that. But what could he do? I mean, Daniel Bryan put the yes lock on Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar would just easily escape the yes lock. He would easily escape it. And if you don't believe me, watch SummerSlam a few years ago when Brock Lesnar escaped John Cena's STF. He easily broke out of John Cena's STF and pounded his ass. And John Cena is a lot bigger than Daniel Bryan. So if Brock Lesnar can easily break out of John Cena's STF, he could easily break out of Daniel Bryan's yes lock finisher. Very easily. So no, I don't think this would be a dream match. I think this would be an embarrassing match for Daniel Bryan. I think Daniel Bryan would get embarrassed. He would get thrown around in the ring. Brock Lesnar would basically just bully him and laugh at him. I just don't see him winning unless it's a street fight. Unless Daniel Bryan use some kind of brass knucks or something to try to knock Brock Lesnar out, or do something though, or try to run Brock Lesnar over with a car, which we know he won't do that though. But I'm just saying, in story wise, we know wrestling is fake though. But I just don't see Daniel Bryan getting a clean win over Brock unless it's a street fight match. Unless it's a street fight, Daniel Bryan can use a weapon or something to try to beat Brock. That's the only way I can see him actually beating Brock, by just using weapons or whatever he can find to beat Brock Lesnar. That's believable right there. I could believe that. I could believe Daniel Bryan getting brass knucks and actually hitting Brock Lesnar in the face a couple of times, and Brock Lesnar's like feeling dizzy or something like that, and Daniel Bryan just keep punching him in the face with the brass knucks, and Brock Lesnar just be unconscious. He's knocked out cold. I can see Daniel Bryan possibly getting a win like that, I could accept that. But as far as him getting a clean win over Brock Lesnar, like how Brock beat The Undertaker, no, I don't see that happening. I just don't see that happening. I just don't. Cause like I was saying, this match would be a joke in my opinion, and I'm not doing this to trying to get a lot of hate. But Brock versus Daniel Bryan should not happen, and it would be a joke. It would be a totally a joke for Daniel Bryan. Brock Lesnar would just basically just toy with this guy. I mean, if you really look at it, um, they could also do this. Um, the only way, like I said, Daniel Bryan could win is a street fight match, or a somehow they do some kind of a Montreal screw job on Brock Lesnar. They can do something like that, or Brock Lesnar could try to have like a concussion injury. You know, Brock Lesnar is going to have to do an injury angle where Brock Lesnar's got like broken ribs or something like that, and something like that though. Like Brock Lesnar's not like at 100%. He's got like a shoulder injury or a rib injury or a concussion injury. You know, they can do something like that, do an injury angle with Brock Lesnar where Brock's not quite 100%, but he's still able to want to compete with Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan gets a win over Brock due to Brock's shoulder injury or rib injury or concussion injury or whatever, something like that. Though I can see Daniel Bryan possibly getting a win over Brock like that, but as far as a normal wrestling match where Brock Lesnar is at 100% and Daniel Bryan going at him, nah, man, Brock would tear him apart. He would kill him.